Alright y'all, in this video I'm going to troubleshoot how to get this yard machine weed eater going. It's been running just fine. I bought it about 3 years ago, and for 2 summers it's been running all summer just fine. This particular summer or spring it's been running very rough. Matter of fact, it refuses to really run. I didn't do any winterizing. Maybe gas sat in it too long, I don't know. But when you have a situation where it doesn't run, you want to do some preventive maintenance. So I ordered some stuff from China. I got everything in here in this kit. I went ahead and opened the kit prior to this video to see what I had in there, because I wanted to make sure I had a spark plug, and that was supposed to come in the kit. The first thing I would do if you have a weed eater that's not running is probably change the spark plug, because that'll let you know if it was the spark or if it was the gas. I also, before that, I took the breather cap off, because sometimes if it's starving for air and it's a carburetor problem, that breather cap with that filter, if you take it off, it can give it a little bit more air. So if your carburetor's, not doing too well and it's kind of clogged, more air might let it be able to run more if you adjust this and from your choke. Sometimes it'll run and choke, sometimes it'll run and run, sometimes it'll bog out, and it got to the point it will bog out. So I'll give you a little demonstration and I'll start it up, or try to start it up and show you what it was doing. It's got gas in it. It's got about half a tank. You get the point. Not going to do nothing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to change the spark plug and see if it was more of a electrical situation or a spark plug situation. Right? Make sure you guys can see all this. So change the spark plug. Alright, so I've pulled the electrical wire off the spark plug, and I'm going to take the spark plug out and verify it's not the spark plug. If it's not the spark plug, I can just change the spark plug and keep it moving. No big deal. Excuse me, if it is a spark plug. Alright, so sometimes what you're going to need is a wrench to be able to crack that spark plug open and get it off. A socket set, and there it is. There's the old spark plug, and it looks like it's been on for a long time. And when you take that breather cap off to see if it'll give you some more air, like I mentioned earlier, because a weed eater needs 3 things. It needs electricity or voltage from a spark plug, it needs air, and it needs gas mixture. So all I was mentioning when I said that I took the breather cap off is I was just trying to take care of the air problem, So this spark plug seems to be a little bit bigger than the other one. Might not even be the right spark plug. This is interesting. Let's take a look at this. now the spark plug issue has got my attention. There it is. I think she's going in there. These spark plugs only take a couple of turns, really. Truthfully. So it seems they went in all the way. I'm looking down in here, and it seems to be all the way down. So let's run it, see what happens. So far we've changed the spark plug. See if we can get some use out of it. If it runs, this will be a very short video. Alright, let's go. That's a good sign. But it's still not running. So I would say at this point, since we changed the spark plug and it doesn't want to run, I would say that it's the carburetor. So we're going to change the carburetor and get these screws out. And these screws are long screws that go all the way down and hold the carburetor on. Alright, so we got that off. We pulled this off. And try to remember how this stuff goes. Alright, you got a little gasket down in there, and you got this little piece here for the throttle. Alright, you got this carburetor here. So what you're going to do, you're going to sit the new carburetor up here on top of this gasket. The gasket down there, or this rubber piece. You're going to put your throttle back. You're going to stick that up there, and then you're going to look at these hoses. You're going to attach these hoses in the right place they should go. So the green for the supply and the return. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off really quick, and just take a screwdriver and try to pull that off. Ooh, it's been up there. It's up there tight. That means the gas probably was in there clogged up real good. There we go. The reason I did that, so you can remember where this stuff goes at. So you can, what I would do if I were you, I'd take them off one by one. That way you know. And then just take this other one. That one came off a lot easier. So one was still holding pressure. Alright, so we almost got the carburetor on already. We're looking good right now. Right? So don't forget about this gasket right here. See what I'm saying? Got this gasket. I'm gonna try to save that gasket. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and slowly pull it off, or even I got a razor knife somewhere. What I'll do is I'll try to start it like this. Yeah. And I'll go along here, and I wouldn't use a screwdriver, I'd use a razor knife, because you want to make sure that you get that off and be kind of gentle with it. And I know it seems like I'm going fast, but I've been messing around with lawnmowers and crap since I was like 11. I was literally driving around the neighborhood like, "Need anybody cut your grass? Need anybody cut your grass?" You know, trying to get a couple of dollars way back in the day. And then Had a brief minute. Well, I ain't gonna say a brief minute. I'd say a long minute. You know, had a landscape company. I was doing landscaping for a long time. I got tired of that crap. Yeah, right now I'm trying to get this to go all the way through here. Seem to have everything up there. And once you verify that it's went all the way through, you want to be cool. You don't want to go crazy because make sure that you got to go through the filter and you got to go through the there we go. You got to make sure that there. Yeah, okay. So now those bolts are all the way through there. Then you just want to tighten it down. And this thing, this kit came with some other stuff. You know, it came with some more holes. Actually came with a gasket. Let me put the new gasket on. I ain't gonna rush this thing too bad, right? It gave me a gasket, I'm gonna go ahead and use it. I'm sitting there looking right at it. At least put the gasket in there. Alright, so I'll take this out. A new gasket in. I tried so carefully for y'all not to break that gasket. It's alright. Practice makes perfect. In case I don't have one the next time, I can go ahead and make it happen. Alright, so that one's in there again. Get this one to go through. And that one is going through. Haven't gone through the other side yet. I gotta line it up. There we go. There we go. I know y'all gonna be in the comment section going, why he didn't use the gasket? I might not even use the filter. Fuck it. I just wanted to run because the grass is starting to get tall. Well, a mower ran fine, surprisingly. But weed eating, y'all have no idea. Alright, now I'm gonna try to crank it up and see if it makes any difference. We're gonna have to. Oh yeah, the gas is moving through that line better. Might not have to make any adjustments because some of these are automatically adjusted. So we'll see if it runs better, and then I'll find that cap, that breather cap that I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna choke it. Yeah, I got a nice little choke off the start. That's what I'm talking about. Tell you what, it runs a lot better. And I'll tell you another thing. I'm gonna go ahead and change that filter, because if I change that filter, I think we got it. If I change that filter, I think we're in business. So I'm gonna grab the filter. I got this little Allen key. I'll try to grab the filter out of there. It wouldn't be a surprise if the filter's a little dirty after being on here for so long. So since we have a filter, let's change it. So I've used everything that I've had with this kit. The only thing I didn't use is the lines, and my lines aren't brittle. So if you have, well, let me stop talking because I ain't had to use them yet. If I don't get this out carefully, I might have to use them. Let me get this little thing right here to hold it while I reposition this thing here. Y'all see what's going on. There we go, that's the filter right there. Alright. Y'all know what time it is. I'm gonna pull this out. Try to get this filter right here. There we go. Got the filter. The new filter on. And stick it right back down in this hole. Booyah! Push the filter all the way down. The gravity is going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to that filter. They also give you these, so when I find my gas cap, I'll put this on. It'll go right here. I know y'all gonna ask me about that. So that's that. Got an extra one here. Got an extra filter. There was not a filter that was required inside. Down to here you saw that it was just that piece. At least I didn't see one. Might have been on the other end of this thing right here. But anywho, it's not leaking. Let's go. Good handyman. I'm out.